Sonny, Joey, 500. Got some goats in the field. Get ready for a shakedown. Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. This fly Eagles fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
Shakedown.
Here comes Philly Shakedown.
Let's go.
Don't you frown. You better frown. This is Philly Meltdown. That's what this mother humping shit is. 2-5.
Episode 33 of the Philly Shakedown. A rough loss to the Las Vegas Raiders today, 22-33. Another disappointing, embarrassing, pathetic, nothing there type of game. Whatever you need to say right now, first thing on your mind, and obviously I think we've got some answers. I think we want to know what Eagles fans are giving up on the season, or at least giving up on certain things that are happening between the coaches and the players and what's going on. So just tell me your run around of this game in general. Just top of your head.
First thing I think of is I want to stone cold stun Howie Roseman. He stinks. What the hell have you done to this franchise? That's the first thing I think. Second thing I think when I think about this game is that they came out and they actually, I thought the first drive was beautiful. They lined Hurts under center. They gave him the ball to Miles Sanders. Sanders was getting good yards. They went down and scored. Second drive starts in their own end zone right after the interception at the 2-yard line. They throw, get a first down, which is fine. You want to get out of your end zone. Then they decide to go back into shotguns. I would have kept lining him up under center, and I would have kept doing the same thing, but they didn't. They wanted to change back. They tried to run a screen pass to Miles Sanders. He hurts his ankle. From the moment he hurt his ankle, I felt like all the energy was sucked out of us. The whole trajectory of the game changed, and we never recovered. Like, I think their whole game plan was Miles Sanders, and once he went out, they didn't know what to do. Even though they had their other running backs, they didn't know what to do. And then after that, it was just an embarrassment, dude. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's just it's every week. It's the same thing. It's really hard to watch, and they tried. Obviously, Boston Scott got some snaps today in the backfield because Miles Sanders went down. The bubble screens did not work today. But when you started running north and south, like, good things do happen. There were some runs that only went for a yard or two. Then you had a couple runs that went pretty good. Obviously the fumble. Today. The refs just get worse every single game.
Oh, that was such a bad call. How do you? How? I mean, his knee was down, dude.
Yeah.
But, I mean, dude. But think about this, dude. I don't mean to jump, but dude, good. Derek Carr was 31 of 34. I've never heard of that. That is unbelievable. That means that defense did nothing to adjust. They did nothing to take him out of the game. Did they even blitz him at all today?
No.
I mean, dude, you've got to blitz him. You're not getting any pressure with your defensive line. This defensive line is not good. Javon Hargrave is good. Josh Sweat is not good right now. Derek Barnett. How many sacks does Derek Barnett have? I mean, please, dude. People are like, well, at least Derek Barnett didn't have a penalty today. That's what we're reduced to. Derek Barnett not getting penalties. So, to me, the defense is atrocious. The offense is atrocious. And it's very frustrating, dude. It really is.
It's disappointing. And where do you go? It's like, Quez Watkins didn't have a reception until the third quarter, right? Am I right? Third quarter, even Rager had that touchdown, that garbage touchdown, which was a good catch, in front of three people.
It should have been. That looked like it should have been picked off, to be honest with you.
No, definitely. I mean, definitely wasn't
Yeah.
the perfect pass either, but
Right.
Jalen Hurts had another bad day. But, I'm tired of the Eagle fans that come at, especially they come at both of us and say, hey, like, you got to give Hurts another chance, give Hurts until next year. Or, Jalen Hurts, like, it's not all on Jalen Hurts. We're not saying that it's all on Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts, it's not looking good. It's not. We're 7 games in already.
There were a few things last few weeks that I noticed with Jalen Hurts that I didn't like, but I just was like, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna worry about it. He's still learning. And then I found that this game, it was bothering me more and more during the game. Now, look, my first blame goes to the coaching staff. I blame the coaches way before I blame Jalen Hurts. And I don't know if Jalen Hurts being where he's at right now, it could be a direct result of having this coaching staff and that they're not teaching him. But I noticed, and I was saying to you, like every time Jalen Hurts drops in the pocket and he's got good protection and he's got time to throw, he doesn't throw the ball. He holds the ball and ends up running. And you can't tell me every time he has good protection, every single time, nobody's open. And then other times it looks like he only throws when guys are wide open. He doesn't throw to where a guy's got to be. He doesn't throw or lead them. Like, perfect example, Devontae Smith runs a slant. He throws the ball behind Devontae Smith. He has to go like this, right? Now, Devontae should have caught it, but if it was a good pass and if he put it in front of him, Devontae Smith is still running.
Yeah. Throw it in stride. Right.
And he doesn't do that. And these are the things I'm starting to notice. And what I'm trying to figure out is, look, is this the coaching or is this him? Is this both? I don't really know anymore because it's the same thing every week. This guy's 10 games in, and I want to see him do better. He needs to do better. I want him to be successful. I'm trying and hoping that he will. But to me, I haven't seen him get any better since his first time playing.
No, I haven't either. It's been up and down. It's been the same play. It's been reading the field. It's been obviously, overthrowing, underthrowing. Even the one where he throws to Quez Watkins where he gets separation upfield and he just hucks the ball.
He calls him Jalen Tebow.
Jalen
Philly
Tebow.
halftime says, it's about time you guys start noticing Jalen Tebow. Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
So then the second half comes, right? The second half, and not to mention like Marcus Epps, the defense. Marcus Epps is like the zone coverage is still a fail. It's still the same thing. Jonathan Gann looking like this with his arms crossed the whole entire time. What is he doing? What changes are they making offensively and defensively throughout the game? Because this is what happens. Like the Eagles scored early, right? So we're like, oh, we feel good about it. But I'm saying this, it's like every time the Eagles score early, we don't make changes throughout the game. The Raiders, I knew like it was the Eagle, the Raiders probably weren't ready. It was like the beginning of the game, they got scored on, and then they just got better throughout the game. They were tough. They were pushing us around. Their running backs with Kenyon Drake and Josh Jacobs were killing us today. They were putting at least with their screen passes, there's like middle screens, there's like different. It's not just a bubble screen every single time, which every time we did a bubble screen, it was so predictable. When you ran the ball, then you can start doing play action, you start doing other things to open up the offense. There's no mid-tier throws. You're not throwing to your receivers on stride like that one of Devontae Smith was a total failure. Even the one of Devontae Smith that was on the right sideline, like I don't know if because what happened was the corner got his hands on him and slowed Devontae Smith down. So when the time he couldn't even get upfield, then he was already pretty much on the out of bounds marker and he just started pushing him. So, I mean, there was just no chance, no mid-tier throws, no Quez Watkins. Greg Ward was used for red zone for a small percentage. This team is a mess. It's a total mess right now.
They're a mess, and like I said, I'll start full blame at the coaching staff. Nick Kotite is killing us right now, and he looks lost. I think it's starting to look like this team is starting to get a little frustrated. I wonder what they feel. I heard Fletcher Cox said some things after about they don't use him right. So I think people are frustrated. I think things are boiling over, and I wonder if this staff is going to lose these players.
And I think, like, at the end of the day, like, it's you have to make some big decisions at the end of the year between not just the coaching staff and not just the GM. Obviously, you have position coaches you have to worry about. Nick Sirianni handpicked a lot of these guys on top of it. So even going to the second half where you're like, okay, we're going to kick the ball off to the Raiders, right? We're going to kick it off, we'll be all right. But then out of the ordinary, out of like whatever they were doing, they decided to do an onside kick at the beginning of the second half. It was so stupid. And not even just that. It's like Jake Elliott did the onside kick and he was the only one following the ball. He was the only one following the ball. There was nobody around him. Why didn't anyone else get to Jake Elliott? He kind of slid in trying to get the ball, and they lost the ball. Just gave up half the field just from that. Like that. Like what was the whole point of that?
To me, that tells me, and I said this to my friend. To me, that tells me they don't believe they have no confidence their defense could get a stop. That's what it tells me. But I don't understand. They don't make any adjustments at all on defense. I don't understand it. I don't even understand why they play the zone that they play with guys like Darius Slay and stuff like and Nelson. Like, well, what are you doing? It makes no sense to me. You had a big break with Waller out. That was a huge break for us.
Oh yeah,
and we didn't even take advantage of it. It's frustrating, dude. I mean, we're at 2. What are we? 2-5 right now.
2-5.
2-5. And you got to go play the Detroit Lions, who are winless, who got to be looking at the Eagles going, this is the game we have a chance for. And we want to go do what we got to do for our man, Deuce Staley.
Yeah. It's embarrassing. It really is. We got a super chat from Mark Holmes Mullet. Great profile pic. Let's look at Justin. I'm going to read this real slow. Let's look at Justin Casey Fletcher's snatch in the draft.
Snatch. Justin Casey Felter snatch.
We got a super chat from Eagles gang. What's going on, man? It says, my focus is the trade deadline. That is my main focus. I think the Eagles will be sellers and make a bunch of moves by being buyers.
I think at this point, especially if you lose to Detroit, because the trade deadline's the second, right?
Week 9. By week 9.
November 2nd, right? Or something like that. Yeah. So I think you got to trade. I think you got to sell guys. I mean, I would look to move Fletcher Cox. I would look to move, Rodney McLeod, Brandon Brooks, Lane. I don't care. They all could go as far as I'm concerned. Because I just think this is about to get ugly. I mean, this is just going to get ugly. The Eagle fans have to be so. Listen, and I said this in the stream several times tonight. I don't remember a year. I don't remember a year in watching Eagles football as long as I can remember. Maybe except for the year before the Eagles got Donovan McNabb. I don't remember a year where the Eagles got blown out and so embarrassed so many times in one year, where the games were over in the third quarter. Yeah. I don't remember that.
Yeah, no, blown out a lot. I mean, that wasn't a 40-point game today, but it sure felt like it today. And the Eagles obviously always having a big play, penalties coming back, still killing us with penalties. 57 penalties, first in the league as of right now, which is just insane. Which is nuts. So it's not looking good. So Eagles gang with the super chat. He said he corrected himself. He meant to say big in the last. Appreciate it though. Eagles gang, appreciate it. We got a super chat from Jerry Cortez. Raiders fan looks like, says, you guys are far from being a horrible team. In my opinion, you guys have tons of talent. It's just your staff.
Well, Jerry Cortez, congratulations on your guys' win today, man. You guys played good. I want to give the Raiders all the respect, all the props. They got a good team there. And even though Derek Carr is one ugly looking dude and he doesn't look like Denzel Washington, like me, he played a hell of a game. 31-34. Henry Ruggs, I love Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs ran over people. Did you see Henry Ruggs run over Alex Singleton? Mm-hmm. I think at one point, baby arms. Two arms equal one bicep for that guy. It stink.
No, he's been pummeled every single week, and these linebackers it's just crazy. So when it comes down to it, when you get into the defensive side of the ball, where you have linebackers that just can't maintain on misdirection, and they the tackling is just when Ruggs got the first down, like he wasn't even near the first down marker, and there was 3 guys, and they just couldn't.
He was rolling
down.
He was bowling over people. I mean, he got a penalty for lowering his head, and I thought that was a bullshit call too. It was he wasn't a penalty. He was doing the right thing. I can't help it that Epps ran into his head. I thought Ruggs, man, for a small guy, it's pretty strong, dude.
Yeah, physical.
Really but he's physical. Right in that it's the staff. The biggest problem is the coaching right now. Okay, it is. And the second problem, I mean, there's all sorts of problems. But secondly, the coaching staff being so bad is making it almost impossible to truly evaluate Jalen Hurts. And if you have to evaluate on the way he's playing right now, he's not cutting it. And I don't know if it's him or if it's the coaching staff. I can't tell. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, it's really bad, yeah. I think I missed something. Super chat for Jerry Cortez says Max Crosby with that Troy Polamalu sack.
Yeah.
It's we're seeing a lot of talent from other teams. Even I've watched other games today. I watched the Giants play today. I mean, I watched, there's just teams that look better than us. Like I said it in last stream on your channel last week. I said that there are teams, that we're going to be outcoached regardless if they have, less talent on their team. And I think with the Lions next week, like they're hungry and they're tough.
You see DeAndre Swift run the ball today? Look good. He looked good. It's really like it starts with the coaching staff and it trickles down. And even if Hurts, let's say even if Hurts is the guy or is capable of being the guy, I don't know that this coaching staff ain't going to screw him and ruin him. Like I don't know if he's going to get ruined by being with these coaches.
Yeah.
But dude, we're 10 weeks into this guy. Him with the Eagles, starting, and I don't see any I don't see anything changing.
No,
I really don't know if I'm undecided on him. I'm really I'm ready to fire the coaches. I would fire Jonathan Gannon tonight, and I think Howie Roseman has to get fired. I think he has to be if you truly want to change the culture of this team, Howie Roseman has to go. Or he has to be taken off of player evaluation.
You can't keep him here. You can't just demote him and keep him in. Really? I mean, do you really do that? What? Just have him in charge of the cap space and in charge of trades, or he can't have final say in trades?
No, I mean, he does good trades, but dude, you can't go in you have a situation right now where you're going to possibly have the top pick in the draft, and people laugh and say Miami stinks. Horrible. They can't beat Jacksonville. They can't beat Atlanta. Asia Robertson, what's going on? I see you in there. But they can't beat any of those teams. They play Buffalo next week. They're 1-6. They could be a top 3 pick. You can't have Howie Roseman making that pick. I don't see how you can do it.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't. We have 308 people in the chat. Appreciate being here. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day. We live stream every game. We do everything every single week. And if you guys want more streams like this, the Philly Shakedown podcast, we do it every week on both channels. We alternate channels every single week. Like the stream if you guys have not. It does help the channel a lot. If you haven't subscribed to Philly 500, please subscribe to his channel. Links in the description below. Much love to everybody that came to both of our channels and supported us today on the games and everything like that. All the support has been fantastic, even through a really bad time that we're going through right now.
Yeah, it's hard. This is tough, man. But, I mean, I don't know. Look, I'm an Eagle fan. We are all Eagle fans. We do have a tendency to overreact. That's what fans do.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to overreact. But if I base everything on what I've seen so far, I don't like any of it. Maybe they beat Detroit next week and then they go on a winning streak and win 5 of the next 6 games. I don't know. But right now, it's hard for me to imagine that they beat anybody, let alone, you know what I mean, go on a winning streak. It's so frustrating watching this team.
Yeah. What's going on? Oh, sorry about that. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
What's going on, Matt Weeks? He says, I'm tired of too when we get an interception, this defense showing off when we suck and have no room to show off.
Oh, I know.
You get a big pick and it doesn't give enough confidence. Like, it just doesn't,
Well, and what about when they run down to the end zone and they're celebrating? And it's like you're celebrating.
Absolutely for nothing.
For nothing, because you're going to get destroyed the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we got a super chat from Eagles Gang. Says, get Derek Singleton Jr.
I don't know enough about him.
I don't either.
I haven't even looked into this draft. Besides a few guys, I haven't even looked into it,
We got a super chat from Eddie Marmolejo. I'm sorry if I say that wrong. I apologize. It says, Philly, if after 10 games you see no improvement, why would you keep waiting? Hurts is not the guy. Nick Kotite is in Madden mode. Eviction time.
Eviction. Well, I feel you, because I feel like there is no improvements. And I feel worried that he's not the guy. Like that's the sense I get. I guess the hope is that I want him to be the guy, because I want him to be Russell Wilson. I want him to be that guy, because you have so many picks next year. Imagine if you could use all those picks for defense or whatever, So I guess it's more of I want. I don't feel like he is. The only thing I'll say is I just don't know if it's the coaching staff or him. I almost would like to see Minshew play or Flacco play a game. Not because I want to replace Hurts, but I want something to compare to Hurts to.
Yeah. Like, do you think even when you have quarterbacks like this, like Jalen Hurts on your team right now, and having Minshew behind there or Joe Flacco, like, do you think that obviously reading the field would be better with Joe Flacco, but obviously no mobility and could maybe play a little bit better, but the scheme doesn't fit? There's not enough going on in the scheme to really make a quarterback successful.
Well, you know what they're going to do with Joe Flacco is they're going to put him under center and they're going to run the ball, and they're going to do things that are just they should be doing with Jalen Hurts anyways.
Yeah,
but they'll do it with Flacco because they have to.
Right.
Minshew is a different story because he can move. So that would be interesting. Now, I don't say it because I'm not saying replace Hurts. I don't want to replace him. Let me be clear about that. Not at this point. I want him to play it out. But there is a part of me that would love to evaluate two different tapes with two different quarterbacks playing to see what's really going on,
Yeah, I agree. Mark Holmes Mullet says, Haywood Jablome.
No. I'll say it right. Haywood Jablomi is another prospect this year. I don't know anything about Haywood Jablomi. You know what I mean? No, thank you.
Appreciate the super chat, Mark Holmes Bullet. We got a super chat from Liquid. He says, Hurts over Carson, JJ over DK, Rager over Justin Jefferson, Nick over Dougie P. Get Howie out of here, man. He couldn't work with Andy either.
Dude, that is the number one issue. You got to get rid of Howie Roseman. I mean, like, you can't go forward and build a team like this. He's so right. He's so right. I mean, Carson Wentz played really good today. And I can't help but think that's our quarterback. We drafted that. That's an Eagle. He's an Eagle. I didn't want to trade him. I wanted him to have an open competition with Hurts. But he looks good. Zach Ertz looks good.
Zach Ertz looks great. But he had his longest reception of his career. He had 66 yards and a touchdown today. Outran the defense. He looks slow here, and he's outrunning the whole entire defense against the Texans today. Not only that, but it's really tough to see other players that used to be here. Like, we traded Matt Pryor. Matt Pryor is the starting right tackle for the Colts right now. It's what is it? And we know Jeff Stoughton's a good coach, but what is going on, man? Like,
I guess I always go back to there's something fishy and weird about how Howie and Jeffrey Lurie run this front office. There's always some weird thing. There's always some drama. I don't think people remember, but if you go back a few years ago, the history with Howie was they could not get good GMs in because they did not want to work with Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman is not giving up power or control ever since the Chip Kelly thing. And, it makes me wonder if they're not saying, listen, we want you to throw the ball 70% of the times. That's the kind of offense we're going to run. And we don't care. You're going to do that. And Nick Sirianni is a yes man. And that's what he's doing. I can't help but wonder it.
Yeah, no, I agree. We got a super chat from Eagles Gang. So my bad, I spelled the name wrong. He is a corner from LSU. He is pretty good. Just injuries.
Stingley. Yeah. Stingley's got a hurt foot. Now, here's what I'll say. I'll take Stingley, but I'm also hearing about the corner, was it defensive end edge rusher from Oregon, I guess it is. I think, per position, if you don't have to deal with the quarterback situation, this is why I want Hurts to be successful. And you can just focus, let's say, defense. My first pick is I'm going pass rusher. I want the best pass rusher I can get because that's what the Eagles build their defense around. Then I'll go corner, maybe offensive line, safety, linebacker would be nice, but.
Yeah, I mean, before we even think about the draft, I mean, we don't know what they're going to do like in the offseason. We don't know what's going to happen in free agency. We don't know who they're going to trade, who they're going to let go. They have to get rid of some contracts. They have to because you're paying Josh Sweat now. You're paying Jordan Mailata now, and then Dallas Goedert's probably going to get paid. I would suspect
going to have to now
somewhat at this.
I mean,
point.
If can you imagine they trade Ertz and he still ends up somewhere else? I mean, that's typical shit that they do. Listen, here's the thing. The Eagles in the past get away with stuff because, let's say, they're close to making the playoffs. They win 4 or 5 games at the end of the year, and then they hold up and they don't do something. The way things are going right now, I don't understand how you can go into let's say things continue like this. I don't understand how they can justify keeping this coach. I don't understand how they can justify keeping this GM. And I don't think that they can. It's that bad right now.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way Nick gets another shot next year. I highly doubt it. And Howie Roseman, at least if Howie Roseman is gone, I know that there is light at the end of the tunnel that things could change drastically because I'm telling you right now, if the GM is gone, the head coach is gone. And obviously, if you can't just have a GM in here who doesn't like the head coach he's working with or doesn't think that he's up to par with his coaching ability, that obviously we're hypnotized this offseason of using players to their strengths, of all this stuff that we were to believe of the big explosive plays and using players to their strengths. All that stuff that we were hearing this past offseason is a total joke. Yeah. So Jerry Cortez with the super chat says Tua turn the ball over next year.
Oh my God, Tua, yeah. Tua he had a couple big turnovers today.
Watching that Miami game today, I was like, oh my God, Miami's going to win. And then all of a sudden it's 27-28. Falcons get in the red zone. And I was like, they kicked that field goal and just ended. I was so happy about it.
I know. And my first thought was, who does Miami play next week? Oh, Buffalo. Beautiful.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful. They play Buffalo. I mean, that's a 1-7 team. Now, if they don't trade for Deshaun Watson, they're done. They're done. I mean, I really think this could be the worst team in football.
And I think it matters if they do trade for him and if something happens to where the NFL puts him on the exempt list to where he's suspended, that I don't know if he's going to have instant success or he's going to play immediately when he gets here. I probably will most likely this year, but it just depends if they're playing this bad, if they go down a few more losses and they trade for him, would they play Deshaun Watson the rest of the season, not save him for next year? So really at the end of the day, they have a first round pick. They have the 49ers first round pick.
Oh, they have the 49ers first round pick. Oh.
Right. So yeah. I forgot. Right. I don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So we'll see.
That's right. They do have the 49ers first pick. So they do have a first round pick. The question is can they justify giving a top 3 pick? Yeah. Because look, this pick looks like it's a top 3 pick. It really does. Dude, if the Eagles lose to Detroit, Miami would then have the number 1 pick in the draft. And the Eagles, we wouldn't be far behind. We could end up with the first and the third, first and the fourth.
Crazy.
And unfortunately, there is no Peyton Manning coming out. There is no next generation quarterback. That's a problem.
Yeah. We got super chat. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We have a super chat from Chris Kaufman Jr. Says you can give Howie 32 first rounders and he will, and probably mess up on all of them.
Oh, he will. Yeah, totally agree. He's got to go. I don't know how I don't know at this point how the owner can justify keeping him as GM.
No,
I don't understand how you can do it. He drafted the players. He traded the franchise quarterback. He hired the coach. I mean, his name is all over this.
Yeah. It is, yeah. That's I said that earlier in my stream today about him drafting He drafted Jalen Hurts, and he did all winning this team winning the Super Bowl locked him in, and it locked him in. So you got away with not drafting every single year. You were in the playoffs, so it kept Howie in the game. But now it's catching up to us. You didn't draft right for a long time. Even from this draft class down, Milton Williams, Teron Jackson, Marlon, whatever his name, the whole defensive line class is not doing anything. Devontae Smith's not getting used the right way. You have a quarterback that can't throw to anybody on the field. Quez Watkins looks like a number 2, and Jalen Reagor shows up when he shows up, which I think he could have had some success this year. But there are some bad calls that, there were some bad throws that made him look bad, that there's no opportunity for these receivers to look good. So when you go into next season, what free agents are going to actually want to play here? You know what I mean? Like what's going to make someone want to come to Philadelphia in this, especially as a running back or as a wide receiver? Like who's going to want to come here and play for this team unless all they care about is the money and we pay them and it is what it is. But
yeah, and if that's the case, you know what kind of player you're getting. You're not getting a player that you need a players that want to win and come here to want to win. Right. I don't know. I mean, it's you've got a lot of capital. Like let's say for instance, the Eagles, let's say they decide, you know what, we're going to give Jalen Hurts another year. And we got 3 first-round picks. If they decide that, they have to take one of those first-round picks, or even if they have 2 first-round picks, and they have to trade it for a first-round pick the next year. You have to make sure you have capital whenever you're going to draft a quarterback, because you don't know, So I don't know what they're going to do. First thing, coaches, to me, they could all be fired today. Quarterback, I don't know what we got in him. I don't know, but it's not looking good.
Yeah, I get it. The Juice Nego B, what's going on, man? He says, "What's good, fellas? We were terrible in all phases. If we lose to Detroit, I say put Minshew out there. Hurts may need to sit and develop some more."
See, here's the thing that worries me about that. What if you put Minshew in and he starts winning? Like I don't know. At 1-6, at 2-6, I'm like tank time.
I don't know.
Minshew, let me tell you something. There are a lot of people that think he's a legitimate starting quarterback in this league. There are people that think he's good, and if he's like a Jeff Garcia type guy, he will be beloved in Philly because of his personality. He will. So you got to be careful. But then again, they haven't even dressed him. He is inactive. The week he becomes active is the week I think they could bench Hurts.
Yeah. I mean, does it hurt? I mean, look, like if you think you've given Jalen Hurts enough snaps this year, pull the trigger and bench him if that's the case. The season is already a blow up as it is right now. It's already blown up as it is right now. So is it really going to hurt to what? Because obviously you hear the rumors like benching a QB doesn't make your coach look good. It starts to, you know what I mean? Like last year, Carson Wentz should have got benched, and he got benched way too late in the season. You know what I mean? So,
and look what that did to him.
I know. So, is it going to do anything to Jalen Hurts?
Hurts got benched in Alabama, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then he transferred.
Right. Does that look good? There's a lot of quarterbacks in college that do that, though. I mean, there's a lot that do that.
I know. I'm not saying that that's bad, but I'm just saying that it's like, are we going down this road again? It's just like, is history just going to keep repeating? We're like it's like, what's the movie called? The damn, where every day is repeating. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
What the hell's the name of that movie? Somebody in chat tell me. The movie where, what's his face keeps waking up and it's the same day every morning. Groundhog Day. Right?
Oh, okay.
Groundhog. This is like Howie Day. Every day we wake up, Howie Roseman's in charge, and it's always going to be like that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We have 409 people in the chat, guys. Appreciate it being here. If you guys haven't
400.
subscribed to the channel, subscribe. If you guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream before you leave today. If you guys haven't subscribed to the Better Half the Philly Shakedown podcast, Philly 500, link description below. We do the Philly Shakedown every single week, so check us out. Usually Saturdays and Sundays, we switch off on each other's channels. So next Saturday, we'll be on Philly 5. No, we'll be on. I forgot.
Next week we're on yours. Next Saturday, yours.
Right.
Post game on mine.
Right, post game on Philly 500 as well. So definitely support. We love the support from all you guys. It's been fantastic, and guys, we cover the Eagles every single day. We stream every game, so
we need you guys. You gotta help us get through this crap.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know. The whole thing irks me. The whole thing. I think about the last few years, and everything irks me, and. And I want Hurts to be the guy. Came this season, and I really want him to be the guy because you got all those picks, and if you could use those picks to build around him, you could be there so much quicker. Like, what if he's not the guy? What do we do? There's no quarterbacks coming out this year that they're saying, and then you have Deshaun Watson doesn't want to come to Philly. I mean, what are we going to do? It's a bad situation, dude. I don't want that situation. I want him to be the guy. But I'm telling you, and being honest and calling it like I say it, he's not been good. And I know the coaches don't help him, but even still, the coaches don't make him miss that throw to Devontae Smith. He doesn't make him hold the ball too long. You know what I mean? He's got to have some responsibility has to fall on him too.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what some of the fans do fight about. That we're blaming everything on Jalen Hurts, but that's not the case.
I blame the coaches first. I blame the coaches first, and my fear is that they're so bad that this guy's not developing because of them. But at some point, coaches ruin players. They just do.
Yeah, it's true, And I don't know, like, would Jalen Hurts? I think the big mistake is obviously Howie Roseman wouldn't have agreed to it, but not hiring a rookie head coach with a rookie quarterback was not a good idea, especially if it was going to turn out like this. Definitely not a good idea. But the thing is, we're not going to hire a veteran coach. Like we probably maybe wanted Josh McDaniels last year. This past year, we probably wanted Eric Bieniemy last year. Probably. Eric Bieniemy was top on the list.
There was no way Josh McDaniels would give up power to Howie Roseman.
Right.
No way. And I'm sure Bieniemy knew the same thing from Andy Reid. They're not going to do it. Any coach worth their worth and salt is not going to do it. That's why it's always going to be a young guy, somebody with inexperience, somebody who's craving to get a job. Even Doug Peterson. If you look at Doug Peterson, before he was hired, nobody knew he was even a candidate for a head coaching job. It came out of left field. And that's because Howie Roseman is going to ensure that nobody ever does what Chip Kelly did to him. That's what I think.
And on top of everything else, we probably wouldn't even have that Super Bowl because if we saw the rumors that Howie Roseman was going and Jeffrey Lurie where they were going to fire Frank Reich after that 2016 season. And Doug got in the way of that.
Yeah, Doug blocked him from firing Frank Reich, who is, when you watch the game tonight, clearly he's the architect of that offense. And
obviously.
Obviously, mother humpers.
We got a super chat from Aaron Rodgers. He says, I own this channel.
Oh, shit. Oh, Aaron Rodgers owns this channel. What are you going to do? Can you come play in Philly next year?
Yeah, really, seriously. Do you think that Aaron Rodgers will be available next year?
Yeah, he's not going to be back in Green Bay. I just don't think he's coming. I think he wants to go out west. I think Aaron Rodgers goes to Denver. That's where I think he's going to end up.
Yeah?
Yep.
That's going to be interesting to watch.
The thing is this. Let's be honest. If the Eagles got Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson tomorrow, they're still not Super Bowl contenders right now. They got too many problems.
No, I mean you get an Aaron Rodgers when like you need that one piece, which
Right.
we're not one piece. We don't even have a scheme yet for this team. So if Aaron Rodgers comes here, like he's gonna be like, well, who are the coaches? Who's the offensive coordinator? Like he's gonna want to at least not choose, but at least be comfortable with what we have. Especially, I don't think he really is a big fan of this team anyway. Especially, the conversations he's had with Carson Wentz and
right.
You know what I mean? So
I do like the comment he made about Philly fans. I thought that was pretty good.
What did you say?
Oh, what the hell did he say? He was talking about Philly fans, just Philly fans giving, being tough, giving tough times to players. And when he was the bench, he was the backup to Favre. The fans were yelling things about him sitting on his ass and shit like that. And he just thought it was great. He's like, I thought it was a compliment,
Oliver says you missed Josh's chat as well. Uh-oh. Sometimes
those depend on which ones.
Hold on, I'm looking right now. Give me a second. I got my thing I got the chat open on my phone.
Joshua Erder. I see that one.
I don't see it.
I see it here.
If you can read it, because it's not coming up for me.
Which ones he said didn't come up?
It said Josh's chat, so I don't know.
Here's Josh's chat. And Joshua, thank you for super chat. He says, season is over, in my opinion. Time for unloading Cox, Brooks, etc.
Yeah.
We appreciate the super chat. I'll say you're right. I'll say you're right if especially if they lose at Detroit. I think it has to be.
Do you think everything boils over when they lose Detroit? Do you think losing gets an 0-7 team?
Yes.
Is that's the icing on the cake. That's the cherry on top.
For me it is because what you're going to be you're 2-5. You'll be 2-6. You'll lose to a winless team. I don't think there's recovering from that. I don't. At that point, to me, if they lose to Detroit, I'm in tank mode. I go full-fledged tank mode. And at that point, I start firing coaches. I start trading players. Because I just think and the thing is I got a bad feeling about this game. I don't feel good sitting there tonight about this game. Detroit is playing hard, dude.
No, they are. I missed another chat. Something's going on
Who's
here.
who's the other one?
Says you missed comments chat as well.
Oh, I thought I saw him. Let me see if I can find him.
I'm not getting these for some weird reason. I don't know why. I'm looking. I apologize because I don't know. I'm trying. StreamYard everything doesn't pop up on StreamYard. That's the problem.
Yeah. I'm looking for it. I don't see it either. I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't. I apologize, bro. I don't.
Comment, man. Shout out to you, man. We're sorry, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, StreamYard's like that.
Yeah, so we apologize. I didn't see comment at all because I was going down. I didn't even see it. So apologize for that. The great Tate with the super chat. Appreciate it much. He says Jordan Howard won't be in the active 46 until after the bye. Shaking my head.
Why? Why so
What's
long?
The point?
I mean, you got to use them now. No, with Miles hurt.
I mean, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Well, so Nick has already talked about the injury, the ankle injury. He says that his ankle's not broken. There's nothing crazy about it right now, so he will be okay. But yeah,
well,
I mean,
he was playing good too, dude. He was looking like he was going to have a monster game, Miles.
Yeah, and of course, the one time where we run. How many times did we run today? If you have you don't have that. I
don't have it up here, but I know that like the first half. I would say the first half time of possession was like really not bad at all. It was like 15 minutes to 13 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So they ran the ball a lot more. Problem is, Hurts had 57 yards in the first half, 55 yards. We were in the fourth quarter. He had 87 yards passing. 87 yards passing.
It's such a joke.
And then he ends up with 300, and it's like, but dude, it came garbage time.
Yeah, all those yards came at like the end of the fourth quarter. As usual, the end of the fourth quarter is the only time this team does good. John Gruden is in the building with the super chat. He says, "I would look good in green, man."
Yeah. Just we gotta watch them
Watch your mouth.
emails.
Watch your mouth. Watch what you're sending stuff to people.
Come on, man. But what do you got on Howie Roseman? That's the question.
Yeah. We got a super chat from Eagles Gang. He says, if Hurts is not the guy and that no great QBs are coming out of the draft and Watson doesn't come, Rodgers and Wilson doesn't make sense. This team is in a lot of what ifs for the future.
Yeah, I think the only thing you can do at that point is probably give Hurts another year. And you have to start taking some of those picks that you have, and you have to start pushing them back into the future drafts, so that you have the capital to make a pick if you need a quarterback.
Yeah, I think that's true. And really, like, there's only like either Minshew's going to be the starting quarterback or Jalen Hurts is going to have another year. Really, at the end of the day, like, realistic to me, I don't know if it's the same for you, but I don't know if one of those big time quarterbacks would actually play here, and I think it would just be a waste of picks to get a big time quarterback. Especially, I mean, obviously, Deshaun Watson would make more sense because he's a lot younger.
Yeah,
and these are yes, and these other quarterbacks obviously have a little bit more age and obviously want to be contending and
right.
want to be in a stable, structured environment with the
Right.
coaching staff and the plan of what's going on for the year. So
Yeah.
I think it's Minshew, or they go with Hurts for another year, or maybe a Deshaun Watson trade.
Yeah, but here's one thing we do have to remember. Even though there's not any quarterbacks, or maybe there's a few quarterbacks that guys that are watching college, they know quarterbacks always rise in the draft. There will be quarterbacks by the time this draft is picked. There will be quarterbacks going in the top 5. It happens every year.
Mm-hmm.
I
agree.
And always every year there's a quarterback that nobody talks about that ends up being really good.
Yeah. Oh, we got a super chat from Joshua Erder. Appreciate it very much. Says, glad we fired Dougie P for Nick Kotite. Doug would have done so much better with Hurts hands down, and can't believe it, but I take Schwartz back too.
I know. It's sad that I would take Schwartz back too right now. And I hate to say that because I really hate his scheme.
At least he had a pass rush.
At least he finds ways to get pressure. Without blitzing, he would do things. Fletcher Cox is not happy.
Ugh,
he's pissed off, and I have to agree with him. Why would you get Fletcher Cox, a old veteran like that, and have him try to do new things? I don't get it. I don't understand this guy at all.
No, I don't either. I mean, with Doug, it seemed like there was just I don't know, because we heard the rumors that him and Carson Wentz didn't have a good relationship, but then we find out they do have a good relationship, and then what we saw on the field was a totally different product. When he had Hurts, he was all he had his arm around him. They were going over. With Nick, it just seems like they're not close, and I don't know if there's a relationship there, or I don't know if there's something going on. I'm not really sure what's going on. Like, I feel like it's just like he gets off the field and that's it. And it's just like
somebody in my chat, and I forget who said it to me tonight. They said 2 interesting things that they noticed tonight. And I have to go back and watch. They said, 1, the offensive line wasn't standing up for Hurts. And 2, when he was on the sideline, none of the quarterbacks were talking with him. Nobody was talking with him. Now, I don't know how true that is, but it could be it could mean something if true, And I'm not trying to put out rumors or anything. I'm just saying that's what somebody said.
Yes, you are.
No,
there's a video out right now.
Well, yeah, Mark Holmes probably just released a video of me saying that.
Don't doubt it. We got a super chat from Eagles Gang. Says, is it just me or Hurts did better with Doug? Like, he was playing pretty good.
Yeah, he played better with Doug. The whole offense was better with Doug. But at the same time, you have to remember Hurts is coming on. He's playing his first 4 games, right? Teams don't really have a lot on him,
No blueprint. Yeah.
And now they do, and they're adjusting, and they're making him, have to beat him with his arm, And like I said, the one thing that was bothering me tonight was just watching this guy. When every time he had a pocket, and it was like, man, you got a clean pocket, nobody's there, you could step up. He doesn't throw. You can't tell me every time that he has time, nobody's getting open. Only when there's nobody when there's no pressure, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I mean, I don't know what direction they're gonna go when the time comes, but it's just gonna come into a fact where it's hard. Like you said, like you go into this draft this year, there's no Peyton Manning coming out of this draft. So I as for me, I don't know. Like if a new head coach comes in here, they got to see if like is Jalen Hurts his quarterback. Can they turn him into something? Can they get something more out of him? That's going to be the question. But you know, if I'd be stunned if nobody's fired after this year, I'd be stunned.
Here, you see where Jay Quest is? Can you highlight Jay Quest's comment? It's an interesting comment.
Okay.
He says real coaches and coordinators learn the players. Oh, before that, wait, hold on. He says, "Do you see what it says? That's an excuse." 500. You see that one?
It's above Jay Quest.
It is Jay Quest. Maybe that's a 2-part thing.
It's below that one.
Oh, is that okay? Real coaches and coordinators learn the players they have in the scheme accordingly. Our coaching staff is not doing that for making an excuse out of our quarterback. No, they're not doing it. I agree with that. No, you see the second part?
No, I'm looking for it.
Let me get it and read it. He says that's not an excuse. 500. That's an excuse. 500. That's an excuse, my man. By creating a narrative that he can't go behind center. I didn't see it too many. I didn't see too many clean pockets, bro. Come on, man. Our line was getting used. Listen. They don't use him behind center enough. I agree with you that they should put him behind center. I think, and I said this in our show yesterday, that he should be behind center. They should try to slow the game down. I agree. I think the coaching is killing this guy. But you can't tell me there are clean pockets that I could show you in this game where he does not throw. I'm not saying it's every down. For whatever reason, he doesn't trust what he's seeing or something, or he's not being developed right. You know, it's not necessarily his fault, but every time I see a clean pocket, he holds the ball and runs. And I'm going, dude, you had time to throw. And I noticed that for the last few weeks, you know. So I'm not saying that I blame the coach first and foremost. But, dude, I'm telling you, there's clean pockets. It's not every time he's running for his life. Why they don't put him behind center, I have no idea. It makes no sense.
Another reason why people think he's going to run for his life every play is this, like Jalen Hurts doesn't give himself enough time in the pocket. So what he does is he gets the ball in his hands. And as soon as he gets nervous to where he doesn't see his first read, and doesn't read the rest of the field, he starts scrambling all over the place. And then he starts getting chased all over the place. And that's what happens. So when you're inside and outside, when Jalen Hurts has a clean pocket and he stands there, he starts scrambling. He goes inside, outside of the pocket. It ruins the sequence of blocking. So the blocking starts to break down, and he just starts getting chased because these defensive linemen now have angles since he's moving all over the place, which totally destroys the play. And that's what I think too.
Yeah, I mean, and I appreciate what you're saying, Jake Quest. I mean, look, I don't know. I don't know that it's not fixable. I'm not saying it's all. I mean, like, I blame the coaching staff first and foremost. Like, why are they not teaching this guy the right things? I don't know. But it's something that I noticed in the last few games that bothers me. That and even if it's not often, when he has a clean pocket, he never throws.
Yeah, and I think on top of it, it's route combinations as well. I think like the way they're using these receivers, I think it's, you know, when Hurts has a clean pocket and the way they're running these routes, whether they're all downfield, you can't find anybody, then he has to scramble, and then the blocking breaks down because these guys are taking angles on him, and he's running for his life, and that's it.
And I really am trying to say, like, I don't know if that's because the coaching is that bad that they're throwing this guy to the wolf. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just to me, it would be interesting to see another quarterback play, just to have a comparison. I would be interested in that.
Here, I gotta read.
Shout out to Young Money.
Oh, where is that? I just read it. Something that Nick said in his press conference today. Shoot.
What did he say? Beat Detroit?
Beat Detroit. Beat Detroit shirt's coming out. It's coming out tomorrow. I get a lot of shirts sent to me. I gotta wear them. I'm trying to find. Oh my god, I can't find it. All right, I don't know. I can't find it. I just tried finding it. Something that Nick said today. Hold on. I'm missing something here. Or maybe I'm not missing anything. I'm really bad with this today. This is really bad. I'm sorry.
Interesting. TFP sub guys locker room has a split. Do you think there's a split in this locker room? That's interesting.
Yeah, maybe not yet. Maybe I don't know. I think after this, they lose against a winless team.
I think so. I think there's problems in this locker room already.
Mm-hmm. We got a super chat from Joshua. Erder says, hire Eric B. Draft Oregon defensive end, Stingley, and linebacker. And if you have capital from Cox or Brooks, you could be back next year with Eric B. Can coach Hurts Minshew. I mean, another guy to look at is the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys, too, because it seems like Kellen Moore might be leaving as well.
He looks like he's going to be one of the hottest hottest coaches out there. I mean, possibly. I mean, maybe he's not a bad idea. There are Cowboy fans telling me that already in Dallas, they think that Philly's going to hire him. I mean, but it may not be bad. At this point, I don't know, man.
Jay Quest says it's a two-part. Sorry about that. It's a two-part love. Both of you just don't let you know.
Oh man, we love you too, man.
Yeah, dude. Like.
Oh, definitely.
We all want this team to be successful at the end of the day. So, like, if we always agreed on the same things, it'd be very boring. So,
well, the thing is we know that there's problems. We see that the problems. The thing is we're trying to figure out what's the root cause of it. And I think first and foremost is the coach. And when you evaluate Hurts, the problem is I don't know how much the coach is just screwing him over. I don't.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I think so. Nasty Beats with a super chat says he's got all the heart in the world. He really does, but he does not have the IQ or the actually to lead a team to a Super Bowl. Feel bad, man. Feels bad.
Well, I mean, the accuracy is a problem. If you don't have a big arm, you got to be deadly accurate. That's the one thing. But maybe, what if they slowed the game up, right? You put him under center, you run him more like the first drive. You slow the game up enough for him so he could kind of get his footing and things like that. That's what they used to do with young quarterbacks. They don't seem to do it now. The thing that irks me is that they put it like they play Hurts like he's Russell Wilson or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not ready for that. Even Russell Wilson early in his career was almost like a game manager in a lot of ways. And they played good football. They ran Marshawn Lynch and he didn't make mistakes and they had a great defense. And that was what they did. Why can't we do that with Hurts? Maybe we don't have a great defense. I know. But, at least put him in those situations.
Yeah. We have a super chat from Wild Beast Davenport. It says, the root of everything is Howie. It is. Before you look at Jalen Hurts and the coach, it's Howie Roseman. Because I think if Howie Roseman does stay here, this team is pushed back for another 5 to 6 years. I mean, don't know. It's scary.
I don't know how the owner justifies it. I don't understand. The only thing that I can see them doing is they're going to hire a fake GM. So they'll hire a front man to say, oh, he's the GM. But Howie will be really running things. That's the next step in this whole thing, I think.
That's you just don't stop. There's always something. There's always something else.
I'm always like 1-2 steps ahead of these motherfuckers. Because I think about this all day. How can I get this guy out? If he hits high, if I'm the Eagles, what would I do to keep Howie? That's what I'm thinking. What are they going to do to keep Howie?
Yeah.
Look, they fired their Super Bowl winning coach. Mm-hmm. They fired a Super Bowl winning coach who was not perfect. I had my issues with Doug, but I didn't want to fire him. He went to 3 straight playoffs, won a Super Bowl, and the first time he doesn't make the playoffs, they fire him because they wanted to keep Houseman.
Yeah.
You explain that to me. Right. The franchise quarterback wanted a trade because he wanted Howie gone. They trade him. So they trade a franchise quarterback. They trade a Super Bowl winning coach because of Howie Roseman. What makes us think anything's going to change?
No, I don't know if they'll make a move like that. And and I know Doug. Like I know we have our differences with him, and obviously he just moved coaches around. He didn't really hire. I don't know if he was even allowed to hire anyone outside the organization, bring some new blood into this coaching staff, because it seems like he just wanted to move guys around, have his offensive coordinator impress Taylor, and move Matt Burke. Maybe Matt Burke would have been a better defensive coordinator, because he's worked under Jim Schwartz when he was in Tennessee as well. So it's crazy, man.
They're gonna think about. I know how these guys think. They're gonna think, well, we gotta figure out a way to keep Howie's job, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna calculate the calculation. Okay, so we're gonna hire a front man, and he's gonna be the GM, but he's really not gonna be the GM because Howie Roseman's gonna have final say, and that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
you guys watch, and then Howie will have some new job title. Special counsel to the owner, some bullshit like that.
Special counsel. Joshua Erder with the super chat. Locker room wanted Doug to stay. I really do. I was one of the few who still believed in Wentz, and people thought I was crazy, but look at him now. Just saying. Yeah. Looks good.
I thought Wentz. I didn't think Wentz should be handed a starting job. I thought Wentz should have had.
Yes.
I thought he should have had open competition, but I wouldn't have traded him. Not yet. I would have waited, and I wouldn't have fired Doug. I would have given Doug one more chance. Yeah. But I would have forced Doug to hire a real offensive coordinator, though.
Yeah. Well, that's what he didn't do, and that's why, like, Press Taylor. And then there was rumors during the year that Press Taylor, like, he gave the plays to Press Taylor. They were splitting on the play. Like we there was so much going on with the play sheet and who was calling the plays and what was going on. We got a super chat from Michael Robinson. Said, I bet the house hurts blooms if you bring in the right coach and staff. Look, to a certain extent, we know Jalen Hurts' flaws. Now, do you think that this year would turn to a few more wins, or this offense would look a little bit better if they had a veteran coaching staff behind them with a good scheme?
I think you could have won 2 more games. I think you could have won the 49ers game and the San Francisco game. The San Francisco game and the Kansas City Chiefs game. I'm sorry. I think those were winnable. The other ones were just such bad blowouts. It's hard to know. But, I mean, look, Michael Robinson could be right about Hurts. I don't know. All we can go on right now is what we're seeing. And what scares me is that they're going to ruin this guy. Like, I feel like they're going to ruin him because I just think that this coaching staff does a horrible job with him.
Yeah, I agree. We got super chat from Bird Gang 31. Shout out to Bird Gang. He says the split is it between schemes and players. 2 goats. Appreciate it, bro.
Those between schemes and players. Well, that means that you're trying. I assume then we're saying that there are players that don't fit certain schemes, and you're trying to force them to do things that they shouldn't be doing, and that's bad coaching.
Yeah, they're not putting these guys in the right position to win football games. Like even Jonathan Gann said, well, we're not going to put a player in there to fail. Like, we're not going to put a player.
I got to tell you, the more I think about this, the more I believe it. I don't want to give up on Hurts. I want to give him a chance. Although right now it's hard for me to believe in him, but I don't know whose fault that is. If it's his or the coaches or whatever. However, I really wouldn't mind seeing another quarterback play one game just so I have something to compare. I would not mind seeing it. Just for comparison reasons, it would interest me.
A comparison between what? Just
like play Gardner Minshew one game
and
let him see what he can do, and just to see how things are different if they're different at all, and then be able to say, well, why can't you do these things with Hurts? Or can Hurts do these things? And maybe we know. What if Minshew came in and was fantastic, and everything goes smooth? He scored 35 points. I mean, I don't know.
But for one game,
yeah.
When no team has a blueprint on it, like 35 points is a lot. I mean, that's good.
Well, I'm just saying, people know what Gardner Minshew is in the NFL. I don't think he would be that much different than. I think they would do a lot of similar things they do with Hurts.
Yeah.
Now, Flacco, see, this is what pisses me off. You put Flacco in, you're going to put him under center, and you're going to run the ball. And that's exactly what you should be doing with Jalen Hurts.
Right.
Yeah,
and I thought they did change some things today where they put him under center, and then they actually ran the ball today. obviously Miles Sanders gets hurt, which stinks, but they actually run the ball today. But still, like, it's like they're throwing us a bone. Like, oh, the fans wanted us to run the ball. Now they're running the ball, and it's like there's more to it than that. You still lost the game. You're not throwing mid-tier throws. You're not.
But I mean, the first drive was perfect. It was the best drive they had all season, except for maybe the first score against Atlanta.
Yeah. Shout out to Bird Gang 31, by the way. He is a Philadelphia Eagles content creator. He does do a lot of work, guys. He has his own sports network, so definitely go over to his channel, subscribe to his channel. I was on his channel a few days ago. Really humble guy, very respectful, and to his success, he's working his butt off. So everyone goes to his channel and subscribe to his channel. We both been on his channel. A great dude. So definitely check him out. We have 414 in the chat. Appreciate everybody being here. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. If you guys haven't liked the stream, if you guys like the Philly Shakedown podcast, even if it's in a bad day, in a bad way, definitely subscribe and like the stream as well. Go to Philly 500's channel as well. Subscribe to him. His link's in the description below. You're missing out on a lot of content. Streams every game like I do. We do the same. We do this every single week. The Philly Shakedown, Saturday, Sunday, 2 streams a week. Definitely check it out. So,
yes, definitely.
We got a super chat from Turntable Teddy. He says, "How can Sirianni preach fundamentals with the players when he doesn't run the ball consistently?"
It's great. It's a great point. You can't preach fundamentals when you don't even have any as a coach. I know and I'm sure the players are thinking the same thing.
Yeah. We got a super chat from Joshua Erder. Says never should have let Reich walk out when it failed. Yeah,
that was a big one.
Yeah, that was huge. It was huge. You think Joe Douglas was a huge part as well? Do you think they should have? No?
I thought he was a front man.
Yeah,
I thought he was a front man for Howie. To be honest with you. That if there's a video of them drafting Derek Barnett and the look on his face, and I'm like, that dude did not want to draft Derek Barnett. And Howie's like, "Hey guys, we got the guy, and have great." And he's just like, So I thought he was a front man. I think they're going to go back to a front man. You got to fire Howie Roseman. You got to send him on his way. I'm more than willing to go out to Philly and drive him to the airport.
For free?
For free.
Wow. Will Sten says, "I think Kellen Moore would get the most out of Jalen Hurts. Look what he's doing back."
That's a great point. I think that's why he could be.
Do you think the quarterback coach and Brian Johnson something is a huge effect to his mechanics and what they're doing with him every week?
Nah.
Don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know. They don't use them right. I wonder what they do when they watch some of those back. I mean, there's some things that you just wonder if he's I'm just wondering where's the improvement at each week. We're 10 weeks in now. Usually, a rookie quarterback playing his rookie year all in 1 year, by 10th game, 11th game, they start to kind of play a lot better. Things start to come a little bit. They start to play better.
Yeah.
I don't think he's playing. I think he's playing just like the same football. I don't think it's getting better.
No, it's getting worse. It's is he either the same or is it really getting worse?
I don't know if it's the same or it's just that the coaching is so bad that they've just messed with this guy's head so bad. I don't know, but to me, there are certain things that really bothered. It really came out to me. I got frustrated because there are certain things that have been bothering me for a few weeks with him. Now I've been like, all right, look, he's young. You got to let him play it out and learn. That I'm just like, dude, he's not. They're not learning. Nothing's happening.
Yeah, I get it.
Sheba 4086. Hell yeah, let's go.
Nasty Beat says Hurts still can't make more than one read. It's been 11 games, 2 off seasons. Plenty of rookie QBs are capable of making more than one read. And it's true because really I see him look once and he starts running. I mean, he's a one read QB. That's what it looks like to me, at least.
I know, and I don't know if that's because they just they're throwing him to the wolves. And that this is why I think you really have to change your whole offense. You have to put them under center. Forget the RPOs. They have to go and do what they did in that first drive and be okay with it.
Yeah. We got a super chat from Joshua Erder. He says, if we got Jefferson and Metcalf, it'd be totally different. We'd still have Wentz and Doug and another Super Bowl, honestly. QB factory, quote unquote QB factory. Laughing. But you know what? It's like, would this team still, even if they got Metcalf and Jefferson, would it make a big difference? Like, if the scheme is the way it is, I mean, with Doug.
Jefferson, I don't know they would use him right.
Right.
DK Metcalf, you know, it don't matter. He's a beast. I don't care. He's going to go out there and he's going to be a beast, and it wouldn't matter, dude. You know what I mean? That guy, to me, he would have made such a difference. But instead, they got the Umbrella Man. And what did the Umbrella Man do today? He came out of the game. He hurt his back or his butt or something.
Yeah, I saw him on the side. I didn't have the volume all the way up, so I saw him like walking around with his helmet off. So I didn't know what happened to him.
I said, where's your umbrella? Where's your umbrella, dude? I mean, the biggest waste of a pick that's still on. Travis Fulgham is gone. He's gone. Mm-hmm. Why is he gone? Because they kept this guy because Howie picked him. See, Howie Roseman is the biggest problem. Okay, he's the problem. He's the problem to all this shit.
Yeah, I agree with it. I agree with it. Do you think that the J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, why they keep him in games now, is how he's just trying to justify this pick to hope that he works out? But why aren't they throwing him the ball? Why are no balls coming his way?
Because he can't get open. he stinks. You look, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside in the game, run or wide receiver screen. There you go. He's blocking on something. Howie's the biggest problem.
Did I just read the other thing? Oh yeah, I did. All right, so Master Blaster, Colts fan asking honest question: what does Philly fandom think of Wentz trade at this point?
I think there are people that there are people who didn't like Carson Wentz as soon as they kept Nick Foles. There was a group, we call them the Folesian Society. They wanted Carson gone instead of Foles. So a lot of them were happy that he's gone. They could care less. And then there's people, like most people, I think, didn't really feel good about the trade, didn't really want it to happen. But we're like, well, look, if the guy doesn't want to be here, then what are you going to do? But, it's not something that I wanted to do. I think most Eagle fans probably didn't want that to happen. And now you're looking at Carson, who looks way better. It looks much more like the Carson we saw in 2017, 2019. And you're going, shit.
It's not just him; it's multiple players that have left here and now are being successful somewhere else, and that's what hurts the most. So, how does that look for Does Jeffrey Lurie say, well, what's going on? Why are these other players looking good, being off this team, and they're somewhere else and they're thriving? And it hurts. It hurts the process of us even rebuilding now, which we didn't really have to rebuild, but obviously when Carson Wentz, after that benching, which, I have my ups and downs of Carson. I think Philly did him wrong, but at the same time, I think Philly tried to use him. I think the speculation of us, pretty much you and me, Philly 500, saying that, they told him to gain weight so he wouldn't get hurt. They kept him. They put him in a Nick Foles system with the RPOs, and it just didn't work out. And he wanted out after that benching, and I didn't like the way he left towards the fans, especially, but there's some part of me that doesn't blame him, and then there's some part of me where I thought, it was kind of a weak-minded thing, and not just come together and just see what he does for another year. But he wanted out immediately, and Frank Reich was the only person, because I don't even know if he would have a starting job if it wasn't for Frank Reich. Personally, that's just me at the end of the day. Yeah,
there are things about him that irked me at the end. About the way he left, about the way he didn't want to. I interpreted it as didn't want to fight for his job. There are things about his personality that kind of came out that you wonder. However, that all being said, I personally wouldn't have traded him. I would have given him another year.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we've been on for an hour and 14 minutes.
Damn.
Just look, it's been a while. We have 423 strong in this chat right now. Appreciate everybody being in here today for the Philly Shakedown podcast, episode 33. We'll give it another like 2 minutes for a couple more questions, and then we'll probably be on the way out. But guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We cover the Eagles every single day. Like the stream if you guys haven't. It does help out the channel a lot. And if you guys haven't subscribed to the Better Half, the Philly Shakedown podcast, Philly 500, link in the description below. Go to his channel. The support's been unreal for both channels. And obviously, we stream every game, and we come together every week, twice a week, Saturday and Sunday. We alternate back and forth on channels. So definitely, look out for that every week. So much love to everybody that stayed in. And just as much of a bad day it is for everyone to be here, it really means a lot to us. It's just a bad day. It's just trying to make it as less depressing as we possibly can.
It's tough. It's tough. I mean, like my thought process right now is I'm gonna get done. I'm gonna put everything away. I'm gonna go watch Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, Dune. How is Dune?
I didn't watch it. It was like 2 hours, over 2 hours long.
Yeah.
My wife's like, I'm not staying up for this. I'm like, all right, well, then we'll watch it another day. But I'm going to chill out, try to clear my head tonight. And then tomorrow, I don't even know if I could watch this game again, but just kind of clear my head. But I really feel like that we're at a position now where if the Eagles cannot beat Detroit, it's a wrap. Season's a wrap.
It's done after next week. It's
look,
done.
3-5, you have games you can win coming up. 2-6, I don't know that this team doesn't just quit on this coach.
Yeah, I think if you lose, to a winless team in the line. I think that's the cherry on top. I think I
do too.
I think it starts. That's going to be something else to talk about this week. It's going to be a big week this week for the Eagles, and moves can be made. Watch for the trade deadline, guys, for the between now until week 9 of the season. So it should be interesting if there's any rumors flying around, because we've seen some already. I mean, we heard from, Jay, I forgot. We heard from one about Dallas Goedert or Zach Ertz being traded this week. And then, Zach Ertz got traded a day later. So look out for little things that happen. It should be interesting. Orlando says, Joey, that better not be Skull, you Walmart brand Lane Johnson looking boy, and tell In and Out looking Jason Kelsey have my gabagool.
I love it. Did you see Jason Kelsey today getting pissed off, dude? It was great.
I loved it. We got a super chat from Joshua Uri says, if we get Jefferson and Metcalf, it'd be totally different. We'd still have Wentz and Doug. I thought I just read that.
Yeah, he's got one down further.
Oh, it's another. Oh, okay. Hold on. Sorry. I'm really bad.
Joey's having trouble with the super chats today.
A little bit. There it is. Last thing, the draft we don't hit on all 3 firsts and another 75 years of a drought, truly, and we need to add 2 free agents with our cap.
Howie's going to be like 140 years old. Like Matt, still doing our draft. He's going to be coming in like, oh, well, I have 100 years experience. Fuck you.
I have 100 years experience.
Dude, that guy's never going to go.
21 years.
Somehow, he is going to end up owning this team. You know this is coming.
Oh, my God.
There's something, there's some deal. And somehow one day Jeffrey Lurie is going to say, come out and say, all right, today I signed my team over to Howie Roseman. Howie's going to be sitting there. And it's we're screwed. We're screwed.
Just imagine if Lurie this year, the end of the year, actually Howie Roseman buys the team. What would you say?
I'm waiting for something to happen, because there's no reason that, in my mind, that this guy's been here through the Andy Reid era, the Chip Kelly era, through the Doug Peterson era, now the Nick Sirianni era, and he always gets off the hook. He's never held accountable.
Yeah. No, never. And I think if you think Howie's on a short leash, and I know you've said it a million times, I hope he is.
I think he's got to be. Because I don't understand what excuses he still can have.
Coaching.
Yeah, but he complained about coaching before, and then he hired the coach.
That's doing the same thing that Doug did during the year. That's why it's weird. That's why we have this when you say there's something fishy, quote unquote, there's something fishy going on. There's something going on behind the scenes when it comes to the play calling and getting the coaching staff prepared for each game every week. I don't know.
Howie, something weird about this whole thing. There's some private investigator. We need to hire a private investigator to find out what Howie Roseman has on Jeffrey Lurie, because he's got some major shit on him. Because this guy is always even the owner last year was like, I don't blame Howie for any of this. He drafted good players, they're not being developed. I think he's crazy.
Torville says Lurie is going to clone a bunch of Howies and have a Howie in every office in the Novacare.
God, I'm going to have nightmares of Howie Roseman talking to me.
Well, all right, guys. We've been doing an hour and 20, and we do appreciate everybody coming to the Philly Shakedown.
I like pepperoni pizza. Remember he said that whole thing? What a mother hump. Everybody likes pepperoni pizza, huh? But what about cheese? What about pepperoni? What about
he's so stupid. Like, he thinks he's funny, and nobody laughs when he says a joke, and no one gets it.
He's a nerd.
Even when he drafted Miles Sanders, he's like, oh, yeah, we draft running backs in Philadelphia.
I want to start selling pocket protector, Howie Roseman pocket protectors.
We got him. If he's still here next year, a shirt has to be made.
If he's
have to make a shirt,
dude. People are going to revolt if he's here next year. I'm telling you, they're gonna strip him of his duties, and they're gonna hire a front man, and then he's gonna still be in this, and he's still gonna run everything. It will happen. They're gonna hire a front man.
We got a super chat from Maverick 1. He says, "Screw the Eagles, let's go Sixers." They did win,
I know, right?
So. All right, guys, we appreciate you coming in. We have 366 in the chat. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel. Like the stream if you guys haven't. It helps out the channel a lot. We're getting tired right now. It's been a long day. It's 1 a.m. for me right now. I waited on Philly 500 all night.
And I appreciate that. And it's 10 o'clock for me, and I started streaming at 1. So
yeah. It's a long day, guys. So obviously look out for videos from both our channels tomorrow. If you guys haven't subscribed to Philly 500, link is in the description. We do the Philly Shakedown every single week. We just come together twice a week, Saturday, Sunday. So look for this Saturday on on my channel, and then Philly 500's channel for post game. Should be a lot of fun. We hope. I don't know. This is a big week for the Eagles. This is a big week.
Oh yeah. This is do or die. This is tank or not tank.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting. So, all right, guys, appreciate all the super chats. Appreciate everything for today, and always, we're gonna be prepared. We're gonna be ready, and we're gonna have a lot to say this week. And this could be not make it or break it, but this is where the pot boils over. And
it's gonna get ugly this week, leading up to that game. Let alone what you call it, because I think you're going to start hearing players talk. I think you're going to start hearing frustrations coming out of this. This is where Jeff McClain is up there investigating, putting out stuff. We're going to hear.
Yeah, we'll see it. We'll definitely see it. So, anything to say, Philly, before we leave?
Yeah, just thanks everybody for all the support. A late night stream like this, a lot of people. You guys make this all worth it, because I couldn't get through this without all you guys, because this is just horrendous. This is some of the worst football I've seen by the Eagles in 20 years. I'm not even kidding. Just they're incompetent, dude.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and hopefully, I think things have to get worse before they get better, and that's the way we gotta take it right now. Every single week, and it's just getting worse every week. So, hopefully, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. That's all I could say.
Get them beat Detroit shirts out.
Imagine I'm gonna screen record that statement. If he has one, forget it. Forget it. It's gonna be ridiculous. But.
Yeah, love you guys too.
Yeah, love you guys. We'll see you guys later, guys. Remember, Shakes What Up, follow, slide, subscribe, like the stream, subscribe to Philly 500. Much love to everybody, and we'll see you this week. We'll have videos on our channels tomorrow, most likely, and we'll see you this week. All right, guys. Peace.